Hey y'all, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Chatbout Toronto.
Yes.
I am your host, Miss T.
And I am your girl, Mel. Black Rose.
AKA.
AKA Malaysia, AKA whatever you want to call.
This week we are talking about monogamy.
Woo.
Girl, the dream of monogamy, because I just feel like I don't know. So we're going to go right in.
What do you mean, like, when you say I don't know? What does that mean exactly?
You know, I always used to think that monogamy was the ultimate and only way to be in a relationship.
Oh.
I felt like, when I was young, you have the young little Cinderella syndrome. And you feel like you're going to find your prince and you're going to just fall in love and you guys are going to live happily ever after and he's going to always be in love with you. You're going to always be in love with him. And, there's no cheating. There's no other person. There's nothing. But I'm starting to feel as though this, the whole idea of it is more like an idea. I feel like it's almost like a dream that they sold us. You know what I mean? Like,
So off the bat, you don't believe monogamy is...
I'm on the fence now. Before I was very much like, no. But now it's like, and I want to be clear because I'm not talking about cheating. That's a different thing.
Right, but just staying monogamous with
having
one person.
Partner. Having one exclusive partner is what we're talking about. I do not condone cheating. I will give you back one. But I'm just saying. I'm talking about like being compatible with somebody, but also maybe having another person that you also might be compatible with. So I'm kind of on the fence. A little bit on the fence.
Okay, I think for me, that whole term monogamy is flawed. I think we think when the way society has structured monogamy is like it's perfect. And it's like that's just the way it's supposed to be. And when it steers away, it's just like this is not how it's supposed to be. But it's just like it's so flawed because it's kind of like when you're young and you believe in that. Yeah. Like for me, I always thought like the person I end up dating seriously would be the person I marry because it was like that was the mindset I had when I was young, like a teenager. I used to think, okay, and I noticed when my heart started to get broken over and over again, it was kind of like that whole idea of monogamy just kind of
left. Oh God, Mel.
Right?
Gosh,
I'm not. No, but seriously, for like,
but that's the reality of it. That's what happens.
Yeah.
The more your heart gets broken, the more you kind of shy away from those ideals that you think
work. And all my siblings are married. Wow. So, and all my siblings were married by the time I was maybe 19.
Yeah, teens. Yes.
So it's kind of like that was a thing. Like like obviously I don't know all of their histories, but I so now I'm sitting here thinking my time is gonna happen at some point, and then
things happen or don't happen. I feel like and okay, so let's clarify before we go in. Monogamy is having one partner that you are exclusively with. And it doesn't have to be marriage.
Nope.
But just being in a monogamous relationship means it's just you and that partner. And that's it. There's no other outside people. There's no mixing. There's no poly. There's no,
Yep. And it could be sexual or emotional
too. Emotional. Yeah. Right. But you are committed to one person and they're committed to you. Right? I feel like when we're talking about when you're younger and how you have this view, I think the other thing too is that as you get older and you have experiences, you start to realize that you have compatibility with more than one person, right? Like, me anyway. I can only speak for myself, but like there's a lot of different people that I feel that I could possibly have that connection with.
So
I've felt that way.
Okay, throughout. But I think a lot of people feel that way. They feel like they can take pieces. You take pieces of different people and that creates this perfect person.
A fulsome.
So in general, so based on the people that you have like looked and picked at or whatever the case may be, how many guys were there that could make a complete person that you would feel like you would be in a good relationship
like
with?
Pieces of them?
Yeah.
Probably like 3.
3 guys. Okay.
3 guys that I had like that I could put together and make one. And you know what? That's something else that someone told me. So 2 things. Number 1, I was told that because I have spent so much time of my adult life being single, that I am now, what's the word? Self-sufficient in a sense that like I don't feel attached to people.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You know?
Okay.
So for me, that's why I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like I've lived so much life that I'm just like, I'm cool. I'm cool to just chill, you know? So that, but then the other thing is someone else told me is that probably because I've never really been head over heels madly in love is why I feel that I can be or not necessarily be in a monogamous relationship.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever been head over heels or ever anybody either. Like, I've always felt like I was in love, but I've never met a guy who has made me
stupid.
No.
Right? Me neither. I've never been head over heels, just like, oh my God, I can't live without this person. They just do everything I need and want, and like they're just the perfect person. I've never found that.
I am praying for that day that I meet someone like that.
Me too. Cheers to that. Okay.
New
year, new love.
Yes.
Perfect love. Not perfect.
Not perfect.
Perfect for you.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Oh yeah, you're supposed to drink.
But yeah, I think that that's one of the things that, you know, it's just not something that I run after because I've just never felt. And that's something that I guess for me too, like because I've never been head over heels, I can't understand some people and some women who act crazy for their man. I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Like, girl, pull yourself together. How could you let him have you like these, like in the streets acting crazy? Like you see these videos of these girls on top of people's hood and carrying. I'm just like,
fighting, keying the car, smashing the car, like
lighting the car on fire, like all kinds of crazy shit, and like fighting people that they're with. I'm just like, whoa.
No one has ever. I just stay in my room, maybe cry.
Okay,
and that's the most you're gonna get from.
And
I think, and I'm looking back now that I started reading this stuff about monogamy, I realized the relationships I was in, again, like you were saying, it wasn't head over heels, but I was comfortable, and I felt like that was the right thing to do. Right, like to be in this relationship, even though you know that there may be things about that person, and don't get me wrong, no one's ever going to be like 100%, but if someone's 60%, that was okay for me, because I'm just like, you know,
give or take.
And you know, we're supposed to be monogamous, and you don't want society to judge you. And either way, when I had a man, when I didn't have a man, people still chat me same way,
right?
So it didn't
either way.
So do you think monogamy is realistic?
I think it's realistic for some people. Right. I don't necessarily believe, and I don't think men or women. I'm not like, I don't think of it in terms like that. I think some people are able to exist comfortably in a monogamous relationship, and others aren't. I know lots of guys who cannot date more than one woman. Like they're focused, they're committed, they're dedicated, and they are like a one-woman man.
I actually know a few guys like that.
Yeah, there are a lot of guys. So it's not just exclusive to like people say, oh, men always cheat. You have to just understand that a man's gonna cheat, and he's, you know, it's unnatural for him to be with one woman. Now that's bullshit. I don't believe that. But I also believe that it's the other side too, on women's side too. Right. I think there's a lot of women who are fine to have more than one partner. You know? Right. Minus all the labels. You know what I mean? But like it goes both ways.
It goes both ways. I think it's realistic for this. It's not scientifically, it's not realistic.
Why?
Pretty much what they say is that most mammals, as what we are, is monogamy is a social construct, and it's not innate. They're not saying, scientists are not saying that it's not possible,
Right.
but what they're saying is that
it's just not natural. Like
it's
a
not
first response.
It's first response, because
natural.
as women are, or men, their role in general in the animal kingdom is to mate, right? And they don't mate with, and like there's only a few animals who are monogamous, like penguins. I think penguins. I think it's penguins. Yeah, because I watched Planet Earth. I love it. But anyway, there's only a few animals where they're with their partners for life. And because of social construct, religion, etc., enforcing the fact that monogamy is something important, that's why, in a sense, it's not realistic. And then I could also state the time, right? Like previously, it was okay to be in a polygamous relationship if you were a farmer, for instance.
Right.
Because then you would have... I think they
they still do.
They still I'm like, you can talk about your show. You can talk about your show. But what the thing, right? But that mindset in today's society, I don't think it works, because
the polygamous or the monogamous?
Polygamy doesn't really work in this society because everything costs money, and a lot of people don't have money. So,
but what if a polygamous relationship is like 2 or more incomes
working together? I guess it depends on what you want, right?
Yeah.
If you just want to be just chilling and have the man take care, or you guys want to create a community,
because there's polygamous relationships where they literally have like sister wives, and so they live in the house, they're together, they're in the home, and they all contribute to the finances, right?
So do you think
they have roles, very clear, distinct roles?
Do you think you could be in a polygamous relationship? Just a little, we'll just talk short, like small.
I don't think I could be in a polygamous relationship. I can probably see, maybe I could be in like an open relationship.
Okay.
I'm not even 100% sure, but not a polygamous one. I see, like, okay, so I watch these TLC shows, brethren. These girls, these women on the show,
they're always
fighting. There's just too much tension. I just can't deal. I'm just like, I can't. I don't even like roommates, so I don't know. I don't even know if I can stand my man in the house for long. So I don't know about a next girl too. Like, it's just, it's too much. Not for me.
If I was 50 something and up, I would consider it.
Yeah.
I would consider polygamy because, especially if he gives me my own space. Like, I don't, I don't want to live I don't want to be a sister wife. I don't mind being the other wife, just not in the same house.
Oh, okay.
Because again,
I get you.
I will be
in the same house is too much.
Too
much estrogen in one spot, Dred. That is too much.
And I just don't believe women. Like, I really just don't believe women. Like, a lot of women think that they're okay with doing these things or being in relationships, but there's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of envy. Let's just make a schedule, and he's with you for the week, and I'm with him for
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. No.
And I'm good. Because I don't, and you're right, like you're saying, when you live by yourself for so long.
You just get to that place where like, I don't really need to see you every day, and you don't need to be here. What you do on your time is your business.
Like, sometimes I even forget, like, if I'm talking to somebody, I gotta remember good morning, good evening, good night.
Oh my gosh.
What the fuck is your day? Like, let's just talk at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
That's it. Now give me the rundown of everything that's happened.
I feel like I agree. And like, to be honest, I think the more I think about it, it's kind of sounding appealing. Like, it kind of almost wants to sound like, we can go on with just that idea.
But that means I
don't know, like, geez. And I get what you're saying. Like, as you get older, if you're older and single, then I think your options
are limited.
So,
I mean, I don't want to live. I like being alone, but do I want to die alone? I don't know.
So you end up thinking like, I think I'm gonna need to like have a little community. So, like,
even if the man die off, me and the wife can
you guys still go on.
2 wives together, we can still go on.
Have company in the house or have company in general,
Because I
come over for wine every other day.
Right? And I talk to so many seniors on a daily basis, and it's like a lot of them are alone. Like once their partner dies, that's it.
That's it. And it's worse if they don't have kids or don't have kids in the country or
they just don't have kids.
They don't have kids, period. Like,
and hello. So I'm listening to these old people and I have no kids and I have no thing. So it makes me just reconsider. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. I'm willing to I'm willing to, depending on the man.
Open to the option.
I'm open to it.
Yeah. And it does depend on the man, to be honest, because I think in those relationships, there's so much honesty and so much communication that has to happen that you actually have to have the right blend of people for it to work. Because you can't really have any secrets. You can't have any jealousy. You can't have any, like you have to be open and honest and express yourself. And, I was watching TLC and the Sister Wives.
What happened?
So this one guy, I don't even know their names because I can't even remember, but this one guy was married to his woman for how many ever years, okay? And then they decided that they wanted to, I feel he's the one who decided it and she just had to go along with it. They had been having problems in their relationship and their marriage throughout. They almost got divorced a few times. And so I feel because of that is what made me think that he probably said, yo, you alone cannot work. So she just had to go along with the flow because she loves him. But they were bringing in somebody from like, I can't remember, Brazil or somewhere.
So some
sister wife. She ain't all that hot. She looked hot. She kind of looked hotter than the wife. But so watch what they had to do. They had to get a divorce so that he could bring the woman here not here in the States, on a fiance visa. So my girl sit down and sign papers and everything to get divorced from her husband with nothing, trusting that he is going to fulfill his commitment to her. So she doesn't know, and that was part of the conversation that they were having on the TV show, right? They were like, she's like crying. She's like, I didn't think I was going to get this emotional. I never wanted this. And he's just like looking at her. He's like, yeah, I didn't want it either. This is real. It's really hurting. This hurts.
Yeah, but while the other one's still up,
is on her way. Okay, she flying over. She on her way, and they went through the whole divorce thing, signed papers and everything. Now I don't know about you.
This is what I'm fucking telling you.
But if I was gonna go through that relationship, and if I was in that scenario as her, I need a court order that says you pay me alimony.
Yeah, something.
Because if he decides to rip and run off with the new wife, she's ass out, bro. She signed an uncontested divorce. She's fucked if he decides to backtrack on his commitment to her. I was like in horror looking at the TV, especially because of where we work, okay? I'm like, girl, get a court order. Don't leave yourself. So that type of scenario is what I just not able with that.
So you mean to tell me he couldn't find no third person in wherever the state they
live in?
Like
go to Missouri or somewhere.
Yeah, like you had to go. You had to go all the way to fucking.
He likes them exotic.
So there's no exotic people in the States.
Go to Miami. There's lots.
Yeah, like why would
find them local? Yeah, they found this girl and she was, now mind you, when she flew in, she was lovely. She was lovely, and she was. That's the other thing. She doesn't even speak English. So they're talking into the little thing. They're talking into the phone, the translator, and she talking into the translator of the phone so that they could even understand what they're saying. Come on, and you let him divorce you, so he could pick up this lady that doesn't even speak the language, and you don't know how and when and what.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
So how long did this process take?
I don't know, because it was like all in one episode.
So it must have took a while.
Maybe,
so
yeah.
You're telling me both parties couldn't even try to learn a look language on both sides so they can fucking talk to each other?
Yeah, they've just been like talking in this translator thing. And I guess, I don't know, there's probably some apps that when you talk
like
online,
the Google
they just translate
app.
for you.
But still.
So I'm saying. So I'm just
is the man cute?
not even.
Fuck out of here, man. So the girl's trying to get out of Brazil.
Yeah, she's trying to get herself to America.
He's just trying to feel nice.
And he feel like the Don. He is Ned Flanders, is what he looked like. Okay, and he was just, I was mortified. My brother's like, yo, this man is finessing his wife, bro. He's just finessing the thing, and she's so full. Like, we were crying, laughing at this show. But like, yeah, it just felt like he was pulling one over on her. Like, it just felt that way.
Because you've heard of Brother Polite, right?
No.
So Brother Polite is probably one of the most intelligent Black men in this. I'm gonna overdo it. During this time, like, really? This guy retains so much information. It's crazy. But now he's rich because he's used his smarts. But he has about five wives. So his main and it's all different shades.
Can he manage 5 wives?
They all get along. And one of them and 2 of them are kind of like hot girlish. So they're not really around all the time.
Yeah.
But the main one, she has the 2 kids for him. The other girls don't have any children for him.
So she's queen bee.
She is if you look at her, she just has you could just tell her mannerism, everything. She is the queen bee. And he'll take them out on vacations together.
Wow.
They're all making money together.
That's what I'm talking about, a community.
Yes.
I mean, if it works for them and they're happy and they get along, then why not, right? Like, I saw a lot of people think that if you are in a polygamous relationship that it's some kind of cult.
Yeah, no.
Or that you're somehow being abused, or that you're somehow, it's a lot of stereotypes around polygamy. But,
I think the only problem
sometimes it is, but not always.
It is, but I think the only problem is that some women have falsified hope about what this situation is going to be like, and they're not realistic about the relationship. And if you're someone who always needs attention, that's not for you. Stick to monogamy.
That's not for you. Monogamy. Because you have to share. If you was one of them kids that was snatching up everything in the sandbox, this is not for you. Because you have to share. You have to share. One girl that was on there, she was like the Black couple, and they had a like, first of all, the girl looked like, I don't know, on site she looked like she was underage, because she looked like she could be their kid. That's how she looked. But anyway, she was a part of their relationship, but she felt, because she is younger, right, and at the time when she initially joined them, she was unemployed, so she felt like they had her like the nanny and the maid. The wifey went out to work, hubby went out to work, and she was left with her roles, because they were very clear about the roles, but her role was to keep the house. Keep the house clean, make sure everything is, Right. So she ended up having a blow up because the wife came home one day from work and she was just like, I don't know what is it. Oh, the microwave was like dirty on the inside or some shit. So she made a comment about cleaning the microwave, just being mindful of like wiping down the microwave when you're done. And Ting blew up, stormed out, grabbed her things, left. She was heated.
But what's her other purpose in the relationship?
She's another wife, right?
She runs
she's their girlfriend, I should say.
Is she fucking both of them, or she just fucking him?
I didn't get clarity on that.
Sorry for getting
I didn't get clarity on that, but she's definitely fucking her husband. But I don't know if they do their threesome stuff or what. But she's definitely with the husband. But that's the other thing too, is like, I don't know if I'm able to have like that kind of if I was in a polygamous relationship, I am definitely queen T in that bitch. Okay. Definitely.
Queen T on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Every day.
How would that be possible? One person?
That's why I tell you it's not for me.
Yeah. Maybe an open.
It's not for me, because I am always the queen, okay? Always. It's just not for me. And I'm all right with that.
Oh,
but it's just too much. So back to monogamy. Do you think like monogamy makes, because like society has kind of forced us into this, way of thinking and way of operating in relationships, do you think it promotes cheating?
Yes, because I think that people in our society, again, men or women, like they don't want to be judged, maybe pressure from the family or religion or whatever the case may be. Exactly. And they feel like marriage is the right thing, and then when they actually get married, they realize, oh shit, I don't like this
ain't what I thought.
And some people don't want to get a divorce, again, for all those other reasons prior to that. So it's like, I might as well cheat and then and a lot of men say this, I'd rather cheat on the side and then just go home to my wife. No, I've heard it numerous of times.
I just don't know, like, is it like
they want a different package deal sometimes. they want what did my friend tell me? He want different gifts sometimes. Sometimes the main gift that you have at home, it's same old. They just want to spice it up and then come back.
But that's not both ways.
No, it's not.
Never both ways.
Never both ways.
It's always one-sided. You know, the men have always been able to express to like, hey, we're men.
Yeah.
Men just, that's just how men are. And we just can't keep it together. We just have to. But women work very hard and we're conditioned to do the opposite and be committed and stay focused and not give any other man attention and all that kind of stuff, right? But it don't mean we don't want it. And it don't mean,
and honestly,
it don't mean we ain't tired of the same sausage.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't, and you know, and that's what I was saying to one of my male friends was like, okay, so you have your wife, you love your kids, but yet you cheat on her on the side. So what would you do if she cheated on you? And you know what he told me? And him and his boys, they said, I would leave her. There's no way that she could cheat on me. And I said, well, I mean, technically the way you're going, and it's like you have an open relationship. So what? Oh, and then their men are trying to tell us, men were trying to tell me why women cheat. And they're saying that
it's emotional.
We're emotional cheating, so it's not the same. And I'm like, so you guys don't think that some of the girls that you guys get involved with becomes emotional?
Exactly. When you have one sighting that's consistently your sighting,
years,
you build a relationship with her. You start connecting with her. You start confiding in her. You lay down on her fucking chest and tell her about your day. It's not like you're just climbing on top of her and fucking her, pumping her out and leaving.
Yep.
You build connections with these people too. So it's not. It's emotional with men as well.
Of course it is, because if it wasn't, then you wouldn't have a sighting for over a year.
Thank you. Some of them have sightings running along their marriage, like consistent, like that's their second home.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me in that scenario that it's not emotional as well. That's bullshit. They definitely, it's two-sided. It's a coin that it's two heads on the coin, because they flip it and it's the same thing for both sides. They have the ability to cheat and pass it off as we're just fucking. Man. It's no big deal. I don't love her. I love my wife. Women have the ability to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
We can easily climb on top of some next guy, have a ball our lungs out, and then go home and cook dinner. Like, it's not that serious. It's really not. So, and it's not always emotional for women. Don't ever get it twisted. Like, there's maybe back in the day, and maybe for some women it is emotional, right? Because that's, I mean, I could attest to that. Like, a lot of women do say that they can't cheat. They can't have sex with somebody unless they feel something for them. Yeah, right? So I know a lot of people like that. A lot of women who are like that, but there are a lot of women who are not like that.
And you know, that's another side that you can look at, is that does monogamy with the cheating aspect of it. A lot of women will deal with the fact that their man is cheating because of that mindset that all men cheat.
Right.
And I need to remain in a monogamous relationship, and I don't want, again, society, my family, etc. to judge me. So internally I'm hurting.
Right.
But yet
you're trying to pass it off as I understand because
yes.
Nope.
Yes.
I don't understand.
Yes.
I don't like that. I think that is one of the double standards that really irk me. I'm not gonna lie, it really gets under me.
What is the main thing that irks you? Is it just a double standard?
It's a double standard of it all. The fact that men feel like women don't have sexual urges, that we can just have sex with men and not feel no attachment to them, and that if they cheat, it's not an emotional attachment. Like they seem to think every time they have sex with somebody else, it's just sex.
Right. Okay.
But when it's not always just sex. Because like if you paying her bills, you caring for her damn kid, like it's your damn step kid, you're doing all these things, that is emotionally attached to somebody. It's one thing if you just fucking randoms that just pass through, you know, you go to the strip club and you're like, yeah, give me that head, like that, those things are different. But you are building relationships with women and having sex with them, you are also building an emotional relationship. So what's good for the goose is better for the gander.
Always.
Do you think having money and being a celebrity or even being good looking makes monogamy harder?
Yes. Especially, I don't think all men cheat. Like I don't believe that. And I know some men, when they're ready, they're just, that's it, like you said earlier. However, if you weren't getting girls before, and then you became famous or you got money and now you got
your good body.
Yes. And now you're getting that attention.
Yeah.
You're always going to seek it.
Yeah.
You're always going to, something always going to be new because now you're getting the hottest girls coming to you. Now, like you may have got whatever. And then if you're a good looking guy, sometimes some good looking people have low self-esteem and they need gratification. Yeah. So them always going to different people because they know women are always
a fresh reaction every time.
Every single time. And it builds their ego. It helps them feel better. So it's like, yes. Yes.
Having money definitely for me is one of the things that I think increases your odds or your options with, you know, cheating and having and feeling that you are entitled to cheat or have, you know, multiple because you have the money. Because that's usually what women say is like, do you have the money to take care of more than one woman? Do you have the dick and the money to take care? And some guys have enough dick for a lot of us. So the money part comes now, and then they're like, yeah. So now I'm living like a king. I can do whatever I want. I have money. I have to just throw some money at her. Hush, yeah, fucking one girl. He a whole lot one shop.
But it still works. It works.
But it works. It works, right? And we just like, okay. Well, you know what? He gave me 20 grand today, so whatever. You know, and
he bought me a new car. He bought me a new car.
Like all this kind of dumb shit, right? So I mean, it's to each its own, child. If that's what you need, that's what you want in life, by all means, you know. Yeah. But yeah, I think it definitely increases. Anyway.
So, what do you think some of the benefits are of being monogamous?
The benefits?
Of monogamy.
I think monogamy helps you to build, I don't know, like I've never been in a polygamous relationship, so I can't compare it, but from what I see, I feel like there's more of an intimate connection that you build with somebody. I think when you have one person that you ride for and that rides for you, it just solidifies, you know, I don't know, like a bond,
like a spiritual
like a real
bond.
Good, real good, solid bond with the person, and like, you know, it's like us against the world type of vibe. You know what I mean?
I know. And you could be like a power couple together. Yeah. Okay, I see the benefits.
You know,
Me is money. Me is the money. Me, the benefit of being in a monogamous relationship for being single for so long. Yeah. And pay my bills for so long. Rent, hydro, everything alone. Yeah. Monogamy is beneficial because you two can now share costs together. Right. That to me is a plus.
But polygamy can also be a share cost.
That's if you want to deal.
But if you want to have, a community living.
Yes. Right. Unless the man is up and he can house you somewhere else. Right. Then I don't know.
In a different home.
Yes.
Compound. Because but yeah, definitely I think that is, you know, I think when it comes to your children, that's another part that is really important. One of the things I saw with like the polygamous relationships is that like they introduce their children very early on to these people because they want to see if they would blend with them. And that is for me an issue because even as a single woman, when I was dating, I did not want anybody to come to meet my child until I was sure that this was somebody that I was going to go further with. I didn't want them mixing up and knowing who she is. And don't even ask me about my child. Like, I used to get so irritated when, like, some rando you're talking to is like, oh, so how's your daughter? Like, bro,
you don't know her.
Yeah, yo, she needs school money and she needs fucking sneakers. Like, what are you telling me about? Don't ask me about my child unless you're going to do something for her. Like, don't tell me nothing. Don't ask me nothing about her. She's not yours. I used to get so irritated. I don't know why. I know some people think that that's dumb. But I just used to be like, you know, somebody just... I think, you know what it is? I think what it is I felt the insincerity in the question. Like, you're just asking because you know I have a child, but you really don't care. You know?
Yeah.
So that was for me. I'm just like, don't even ask about my child.
Just
deal with me right here. Don't ask me about nobody else.
You know I have a kid, and when your time is to meet her,
she's fine. I was always like, she's fine. Okay? I don't know why that was an irritating question for me.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I really don't.
Because sometimes as women, you know, we complain that men, even if it's on the surface kind of questions, we complain that men are not, you know, into our lives. They're not concerned about your child. So now a man is doing that, and then you're annoyed.
I was annoyed. I don't know. I'm just weird. I don't know why that used to grate me. I'm just like... You don't know her. Like, why are you asking?
I'm judging you. Small.
Right? I don't know why. Because that's something that you want as a parent. Like, you want the person to show an interest in your child and, you know, care about their well-being and everything else. But I just felt like it was just too soon for you to be asking me every day, so how's your daughter? So how's your daughter? So how's your... What the fuck you asking me about my daughter all the time? My nigga, like, what are you... Dog, don't ask me about her. She's fine. It felt like it was like a default question, you know, like whenever there's a silence on the phone. So how's your daughter?
Like, get out of here, bro.
Look, come off the phone.
Yeah.
Piss me off. So do you think it's safe sexually or otherwise to be in like to have multiple partners?
Okay, so from what I gather, when people are in a polygamous relationship, they're safe, right? Because they get their testing, they all know each other, whatever. But if you are monogamous and you're having multiple partners and you love to have sex with different people, I don't think it's safe because you don't know what the next person, like, I don't know what the next person has. Sometimes some men don't know what that next person has.
What if they rubbered up?
But that's not 100% proof. How if he sucks her, he's sucking on the pussy and the girl has herpes.
Herpes. Oh.
I'm just saying, I just find a lot of, maybe I'm being judgmental, so I find more times in monogamous relationships, I find a lot of men do cheat and they get sloppy.
I can agree to that. I think once you have a partner, you get used to having raw sex. You like how it feels, and who doesn't? Everybody likes how raw dick feels and raw pussy feels, right? It's good. So especially if you have a partner, you get used to being really free up and really like open with what you do. And then you take that same behavior to the streets.
And I'm sure they've tried the condoms, and the condoms just don't feel the same anymore because you've been having raw sex for who knows
years
how long
with your partner, and so now it's just like let me just take this off.
Yes.
Or you just don't even bother to try it, and like those little things make the other woman feel like she's more important than she actually could be or is. Because when a man's willing to have unprotected sex with you, it sends a message that you think he thinks that you are safe, he thinks you're clean, he thinks you're worth it, he thinks all those things. Meanwhile, he just sloppy as fuck. He just irresponsible as fuck. He just careless as fuck.
Even women too bring home all types of shit because again, you love raw dick. You want to feel the veins. You want to feel the slippery because that's what you're right. Because that's what you're used to. You know what I mean? And then you go home and then you bring your man something, or you have a baby because we know you'll have a baby from the other man
and try to give it to your man.
Right? I've known a few situations where the woman just, and this is not even because of Maury. This is real life. I know women who have had kids with other men. They were cheating, but brought the kid to the, like, pretended like the man was the one who got them pregnant. Yikes. I remember there was this one.
You better have a type, girl, because that baby better come out looking like your hubby.
And that's the problem, right? The only way you'll get away with it if the baby comes out looking like you.
Right.
If the baby doesn't come out like you, and your man is not dumb, he's gonna put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I've seen a situation like that. And the girl swore up and down.
Running in the backstage.
Yeah. No! Yeah. Telling the man she went on this whole went on this whole thing. She went on Instagram. She went on Facebook. And she was telling people how her man doesn't trust her. And her, he's emotionally abusive. Like, how can you say this? I've been married to you, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
And then finally, people were just like, sis, then take the test. You know what I mean? Right. Like, if this is the big deal that you're doing, take the test. She took the test. The baby was...
That's the part that I just cannot understand. Woo! If you know you're doing dirt, why would you expose yourself like that?
Because some people are confident in their lies. They believe their lies to be true.
How are you gonna take a test though? You know you was fucking on your nigga. Come on.
There's no way, because then they'll look at the child and then they'll show like the eyebrow.
Yeah.
Look at the eyebrow. Look at your eyebrow. Doesn't it look like the father's?
Look at that chin. That's his chin. How dare he? That's his chin. Questioning me. Same chin. Brethren. Honestly, I don't know.
Like, sis,
we need to talk about that in another show. Some scandalous stories.
Bodies on bodies on bodies on bodies, and you get it started. I just had to sing Jasmine. I love Jasmine Sullivan. I was just like, sis, it was so embarrassing. Then she had to come online crying and then saying she
doesn't know how it happened.
Yeah, but she literally had a relationship with somebody else. She was cheating on her man. Then this is what I don't understand with people. Like, there's nothing wrong if you know that you like to fuck and you want variety. I honestly, there's nothing wrong. Own it. But don't commit. Don't commit seriously to anybody. Be a fucking cowboy. A cowgirl. It's okay. Like, stop putting other people in trauma for your own personal benefit. Absolutely. Like, it's so stupid.
Girl.
Like,
that's why I say some people can live in a monogamous relationship and others can't. And if you know in your heart that you can't, then just be, especially in today's world. Like, I understand back in the day, it was frowned upon. You were judged. You were called all kinds of names, all kinds of stuff. I get it. But in today's world, if you want to have variety, by all means, get you a variety pack. Don't commit to anyone. Don't fool anyone. Don't commit and have them thinking that you are for them only.
Yeah.
And that goes both ways.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's some of the monogamous myths. So, monogamy prevents jealousy and cheating.
Lies. And lies. And be like, women, you cannot force a man into a serious relationship to think that he's never going to cheat on you if he was cheating on you while you were dating.
Or if he cheated on his ex, you don't have no magical pussy that's going to make him stop cheating. If he's a cheater and that's his practice, chances are you might get caught up in that cheat. Okay? As well. Monogamy is inherently natural and ethical. Well, from what you said, it's not.
It's not. It's a myth. It's a myth. It is definitely a myth.
Construct. That's a social construct.
It's a social construct for us. That is what it is.
Oh, man.
Monogamous relationships are deeper and more serious. That is a myth.
That's a myth,
because there's people who are actually in polygamous relationships, and they actually probably have better communication skills than people who are in a monogamous, because the most important thing about being in that type of relationship is communication.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
more people and more emotions to manage, so you have to be open and honest, like I said. Like, so there's probably more communication and more honesty in those relationships than in a monogamous one.
Like, even so, there's so many people, they get married and they didn't know that their partner doesn't like certain things, or their partner doesn't want to have a baby, or they're like little things like that. It's like, we as women and men, we just think that these are the things that we have to do, and because you click with that person, it's like, I'm gonna marry them, and we don't ask each other the key questions to communicate with each other. You know what I'm trying to say?
And those are the real key questions that we have to ask, okay?
Yes.
But we tend to like ignore them.
Yes. Another myth is commitment can only exist between two people. That is definitely a myth. Mm-hmm. Again,
like I said, I can see myself being, well, maybe not committed, but
you can see yourself dibbling and dabbling.
Have a little kachuri board of men.
House of Tasha. Then you have your three man picture in the house, and one is the creative, one is the most responsible one. One can just dick you down, supply the dick when needed,
like so,
right?
Like so, like this, like so, like Tabitha Brown, like this, like that.
But do you think that monogamy is the issue for us because we're always looking for that perfect person? Like, we're always looking at pieces of different people to create this perfect person. Because I started to think about it. I'm like, you kind of take pieces like, oh, I wish my man had this, that, and the third, but he doesn't have all of those.
I don't think that you have to sacrifice everything. I think you can find one person that provides most of what you want. But I think it's definitely harder to find one person that gives you all of what you want. But I think like it's possible. Nobody's perfect, so everyone, you're gonna have some shortcomings with whoever you choose, right? But I'd still kind of hold on to that hope that you can find someone that gives you more than the 60%. Maybe closer to like a 75 or 80%. You know,
I think 80
and you can work with a little 80-20 factor.
Yes.
To get you where you gotta go. So because I know I'm not perfect either. You know what I mean? No. So,
but remember, you said you said you're close to perfect.
No, I'm a perfectionist, but I'm not perfect. I strive for perfection.
Okay. So, so it's safe to say it's a myth then that one person can meet all of your needs.
Not all, most.
So then it is a myth then, because that's the whole idea of monogamy, because people are searching for that one person. No, monogamy
doesn't mean that the person's perfect for you. The monogamy means that you are committed to that one person.
Yes.
And that means you have to take them with all of their faults, their flaws, their good, their bad. You have to take them for whatever they are.
But some people think that because they're in that monogamous relationship, that one person can fit all their needs.
Right.
So it's safe to say that is a myth.
That's a myth.
Myth.
You're not gonna find everything in one person.
That's why women, you need to have female friends when you have your man, because you're looking for this perfect person to have everything that you want, but he's not gonna want to listen to you when you're talking about love and hip hop and Atlanta. What's the show?
Housewives.
Yeah, like some men want to listen to that, but some men, they don't care, or some men don't care about the gossip from work, or some men don't care to go for brunch for mimosas. So you have to find
different people to fill different roles.
Exactly. Monogamy can work if you can find your female friends to add on to the relationship that you have with that person. That's what I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck. You don't need to bring your man everywhere. Like, you don't need to bring your man everywhere. Sometimes you don't even, like, there's some men, I feel so bad for them. They don't even look like they want to be there.
Trust me, they're getting dragged.
By force. By force.
You can see it all over their face. They're like, sour.
With the one drink in their hand. Hope these bitches ain't asking me to pay. Single bitches.
Right. Well, we want to hear from you in the comments. Let us know if you are convinced that monogamy is right for you, or just correct the right way to approach relationships. Do you think that it's possible that you could maybe have a little, other experience? Let us know in the comments. Thank you once again.
Thank you
for watching this episode. We are out.
I know. Have a great week. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Cheers.